I'd like to say a few things about this Clinton Arena here. It's been pretty special to all of us. We've had some great teams here, but the 67-68 season was unbelievable. You know, there was the 5 games that we lost that year. I can honestly say that there was 2 or 3 of those games we should have never lost, but it was just the way it was. I mean, if we had to redo them again, replay them, we would have never lost them. So, I mean, it was such a special year for us. You know, you let up a little bit, and all of a sudden a team maybe like Syracuse was a little weaker, and I think they beat us twice. So, but other than that, once. Jack said once, yes.
Well, there was so many good games that, you know, that we, it wasn't just one individual on any team, it was the whole team. We had 3 tremendously good lines, great defense, and a great goaltender. So it was just, and we wanted to win, and that was our main objective, and that's why we set such a great record of 57-5-10, which I doubt will ever be broken. I think the thing that brings to mind for me for the 1967-68 Comets was our camaraderie. We all stuck together as a team. We went everywhere together, whether we partied, that's exactly what we did. It was just a great team to be with. Everybody had a lot of talent on that team, and I'm just really happy that I was part of that team.
What amazes me about the group of players that we played with is the way after the loss, we continued to have another winning streak. And what amazes me today is our coach, Pat Kelly, when we were on a winning streak, during the week we would have on the road 3 beers to drink after the game. Then on the weekend we would have a 6-pack if we didn't have to play the next game, the next day. But that particular time that we had lost our 1 game after that streak, we couldn't drink any beer at all on the bus on the way home.
All right, one of the other interesting stories that I have regarding the 67-68 season was from time to time, Pat Kelly used to give the whistle in practice to our illustrious captain, Jack Kane. And of course, we really didn't know all the time whenever this was going to happen, but the most interesting thing and the funniest thing I think I ever witnessed was the act that my line mate, Bill Bannerman, used to go into from time to time with pretending that he did not know how to skate. And he would get over on his ankles all sideways and be propping himself up with his stick and could turn around and then would run into the boards without stopping, the same exact way somebody just learning how to skate would perform. And I'm telling you, it was the funniest thing in the world, and you never knew exactly when during the practice that this guy was going to pull this off. But I'm telling you one thing, I think I'd pay money today to see him do that again.
Well, I like to talk about the wonderful people from Canada that came down here and made such a success out of hockey for the whole community. And I can't name one because I would leave too many out. Never had an unkind word with any of the Comets from 59 to 69. We were all like one big family, and I want to today thank each and every one of you.
Pat Kelly would not allow us to have water on the bench. And we had these little ice cubes that he had in a bucket. So we sucked on these ice cubes at every games, and that was interesting also because today, you know, the players have all kinds of juices and they don't get dehydrated.
Some of the stories I could tell about some of these rascals, I'll tell you one day, it was St. Patrick's Day. Pat Kelly, being a little Irish, brought the boys around the corner with a bus. They were headed south. And here I am in an orange shirt, but he didn't know my socks were orange, and my rest of me was orange. But he stopped the bus, they all jumped off, pulled my shirt off, and hung it on my sign, the Village Tavern.
We used to make a southern swing and play the southern teams. And usually on that trip there, we might have an injured player or two, so there wouldn't be a full team. I can remember in Greensboro, I had to double shift a couple of times, and so I was pretty tired and I wanted to come off the ice, so I look over at the bench and nobody was there. There was nobody on the bench. I said, what happened? So I go over the bench and here they're all hiding. They're all got their head ducked down. And I said, hey, somebody's got to come on the ice here. I says, I can't stay out another shift. And things like that used to make the game great for us. And of course, the talent that we had, it certainly turned into a winning game for us.
And relating to one story that comes to mind with me is whenever we were playing in Greensboro one time, we happened to be in the Greensboro end zone, and we're in there for quite a while, and all of a sudden the pucks came out of the Greensboro end, and our illustrious captain, Jack Kane, who is never known for his hard shot, or any type of a shot actually, him and I were caught in the Greensboro end zone, and for some unknown reason, there was just the two of us in the end zone, and out of the clear blue, the puck came back to us two fellas in the end zone, just the two of us from the blue line in. So I had the puck to start with and started in towards the Greensboro goal, and for some reason, something flashed in my head that Kane hadn't scored that many goals that year. So I thought, well, let me just get the puck over to him and let him score, and then we'll be back to center ice for a face-off. Well, I gave the puck to him, and he came in about 20 feet in front of the net, and for some reason, I don't know what happened there, but he decided to take a slap shot, and his stick, went right over the top of the puck, and a complete whiff left the puck behind him, circled in front of the net. In comes a Greensboro player, picks up the puck, and I was laughing so hard I had to get off the ice. I went to the bench.
In my first year here, I played with a fellow by the name of Orville Tessier, and when we used to practice, we had to skate, skate around the rink and stuff like this, and skate backwards and do some exercise and stuff like that. And I can remember Orville saying to our coach, Benny White, he said, hey, Benny, he said, I never scored a goal going backwards in my life. What are we doing this for?
Also, I would like to thank the fans of the Clinton of the years of the 60s. They're very great fans. I'm the baby right now at 70 years old.
When we were here, you didn't realize what you were seeing. What sticks out in my mind most are the size of the crowds, the intensity they played with, and they had this chemistry. I mean, being down with the team in the halls and such, just the laughing and joking, and it was kind of a magical sort of a thing.
The team that we had here had some great talent, and some of us that still stayed in the area here after 50 years. I think it's been something said about us, but there are some players that I played with here, with Borden, Jack, and Pierre, that have been great.
I would say today that any one of these guys back then could have played in the NHL today and probably been a star. It was that kind of quality of hockey, and the arena just rocked. I guess that's the best way to put it. It was intense, and it was always a good time in a place to be on a Saturday night.
I would like to say thank you very much to the fans, and also the fans that are recognizing us today, and it's really nice to see that. And another player that I would like to thank is Robert for doing this for us.
And Mr. Kelly made sure that the boys after practice came up to the Village Tavern for at least an hour or two, so they draw a little crowd and have a little conference. I didn't want them to go anywhere else, because they would walk in and they would bring, on Saturday night, you couldn't put another person in there.
It'll be nice to carry this on the 31st when we have a dinner down at the Aquavino with some of the players that are coming in. I think I'd just like to thank everybody for having us here once again. Thank you.
Thank you very much, and let's play hockey, right?